Good morning, happy Monday. Start of a new week, start of a new month. Wishing you the very best. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Wealth. Three things that we will talk about. Tech keeps powering ahead. Exxon and Chevron post huge losses, and the week ahead. US stocks rose on Friday as a slate of technology giants buoyed the S&P 500 and offset disappointing earnings from some industrials and also weak economic data. The S&P 500 was up about 0.8%, closing out July with a 5.5% gain. The Bellwether Index has now rallied for 4 straight months, marking its largest 4-month percentage gain since December 1998. The Dow was not far behind also, was up 0.4%, marking its 4th consecutive monthly gain. The tech-heavy Nasdaq powered ahead, was up 1.5%. Apple, Facebook and Amazon were the biggest winners. Apple was up 10.5%. Facebook was up about 8.2% and Amazon continued its rise up and was up about 3.7%. All on the back of strong earnings, which we touched upon on Friday. Their gains were offset though by stock price declines by Chevron, which posted steep losses in the second quarter as a drop in global travel constrained fuel demand amid the pandemic. Exxon and Chevron actually both posted huge losses on Friday. Exxon's 1.1 billion second quarter shortfall was its deepest since 1998 merger with Mobil, thanks to the pandemic, and the company generated zero cash from operating activities. Chevron fully erased the value of its Venezuela operations, amounting to 2.6 billion, and wrote down another 1.8 billion in assets due to lower commodity prices. Exxon has flagged it had made loss on derivatives as well. Caterpillar also fell after reporting that its revenue in the US dropped more than 40% in the second quarter. So a dull day for oil majors and also the industrial. Asia Pacific, the stocks painted a mixed picture though. China was up about 0.7%, but Nikkei and the Australian indices fell by about 2%. Both countries face outbreaks of coronavirus after previously managing to contain the infections in the year, but they're seeing this whole new fresh outbreaks that are happening in both the countries. On the week ahead, Disney powers this week's earnings train. Consensus is calling for a 97% plunge in EBITDA thanks to shuttered parks, dark theaters and a timeout in televised sports. But Disney Plus should remain a bright spot. Bloomberg Intelligence is projecting that the streaming service to have reached about 16 million subscribers. We'll also be looking forward to HSBC, Glencore and Uber coming in later this week. There's also a couple of others which we will touch upon. First, the central bank actions. We'll have the RBA, the Bank of England, Brazil Central Bank and Indian Central Bank meeting for policies this week. RBA and BOE will probably pledge heightened vigilance and continued support, much like what the Fed did last week. The BCP is meanwhile forecast to cut, which is the Brazilian Central Bank. RBA may reduce its reverse repo rate but hold other measures following a recent uptick in inflation. The US Treasury announces borrowing plans for the next 3 months on Monday, which is today, with the blueprint expected to show a shift from bill issuances to record sales of notes and bonds. So bills are less than 12 months, notes and bonds have maturities of beyond 12 months to basically fill this historic funding gap. The Treasury also makes a refunding announcement on Wednesday. Both will be closely watched but taken with a measure of doubt, given Congress is still fiercely debating the size of another stimulus package. The July jobless report, which is your non-farm payroll, is something that we will be looking forward to, which will come on Friday, may confirm that the recovery is losing steam. Employers probably added little over 1.5 million workers, about a third of June's pace, while unemployment dipped to about 10.5%. Another mega earnings week, not as big as last week, but still we have many companies to look forward to. I already spoke about Disney, HSBC and Uber. Along with that, on the media side, we'll be looking forward to T-Mobile and Viacom, and Sony. Consumer, Heineken, Adidas, Tyson Foods and Beyond Meat. On the healthcare side, Bristol Myers, Bayer and Teva. CVS is also there and Teva is also there, which will be coming out with earnings later during this week. On the finance side, we spoke about HSBC, MetLife and SocGen. KKR is also coming out with their results. On the auto side, Toyota, Honda, Ferrari, BMW would be coming out. And on the energy side, it will be Glencore, Marathon Oil and BP. So again, a loaded week in terms of earnings. Lastly, on the FX, US dollar had a very difficult July. The greenback sold off sharply against all the major currencies, hitting multi-month and even multi-year lows in the process. So in 1 month, it lost 6% of its value against the sterling, 5% versus the euro and about 4% against the Swiss franc and Australian dollars. Nonetheless, the oversold greenback rebounded on Friday, leading traders to wonder if there is more significant recovery in the next month. US data was mixed, with personal spending rising more than expected, but incomes were falling. Yet the fact was that there was an upside. There was an upside surprise enough to lift the dollar. So it'll be interesting to see how the dollar plays out this week. That's your update. Stay safe and healthy, everyone, and have a lovely week ahead.